Welcome to the Motor Mouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
Questions, Coffee, and Cars 241. How do you get questions in?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday, I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
I have $25,000 to purchase a used midsize SUV. I have been looking at RAV4s and Honda CR-Vs. Feedback from Subaru owners leads me to believe that they are very expensive to maintain. Do you have any recommendations?
Just for clarification, that is the what in the industry is called a compact SUV. So midsize would be 3-row. 7-passenger SUVs. But yeah, I think you're fishing in the right area if you're looking for reliability and you want to keep a vehicle for the long run. And at $25,000, you're buying a car that's 4 or 5 years old now. Yeah, I think those two are good choices.
Yeah, I think so too, the Honda and the Toyota. But you are right about Subaru maintenance. I pulled some numbers from Repair Pal, and Subarus have an annual repair cost average of $617. Toyota, $441. Honda, $428. Volkswagen, $676. Nissan, $500. Hyundai, $468. Kia, $474. Mazda, $462.
A Mazda would be a good used car, yeah.
It would be. And I just pulled BMW just so you can see the difference between a
How
luxury
much for
brand.
a luxury brand?
$968.
Wow, Andrea. The one I wish you had pulled is Buick. That would have been interesting to see.
Actually, I pulled Chevrolet. I didn't add it, and it was up there too.
Yeah.
In the 600s. So
You're fishing in the right pond. There you go.
recently, Hyundai USA has issued a recall on their 2025 Santa Fe's for a faulty backup camera that lags. This can be a major problem when you're backing up and suddenly the camera malfunctions. Definitely seen it occur once or twice in my 2025 Santa Fe. I'm just curious to know why Hyundai Canada has not issued the same recall, as I've certainly experienced this problem. They actually have. Transport Canada has recalled the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. Hyundai will notify owners in writing and advise them to take the vehicle to the dealership to replace the camera wiring harness.
I find it kind of interesting though, because we've seen a rash of these from different brands. So you've got to know one thing about the auto industry. Car companies don't make every component in the car. That's full integration. Tesla does that for the most part, top to bottom integration. Most car companies have what are called part suppliers. So I wonder if there's a common thread with all of these recalls about the backup cameras coming from Toyota, from Hyundai, from Volkswagen, have all issued recalls surrounding frozen backup cameras in the last few weeks, or if the regulator has just gotten around to recalling them all in the last few weeks. I'm not sure. So it would be interesting to know, I don't know, if there's a common part supplier for all of these brands. Could be.
That's what I feel. If they're all getting recalled, Toyota's got the problem as well. So,
and Volkswagen does?
There's something going on there.
Something going on.
I'm a senior citizen who's looking for a reliable and fuel-efficient new small sedan. Only drive about 10 miles per day around town. Would driving like that be sufficient to keep a 12-volt battery charged in a hybrid? Or would I be better off buying something like a gas-powered Toyota Corolla or a Honda Civic? There are issues with 12-volt batteries. It's not every manufacturer and every vehicle. Some people will chime in and say, my Toyota RAV4 is great. Others will say, I've got that problem with my Hyundai Tucson hybrid or the Lexus UX. So it doesn't affect every 12-volt battery. But yes, if you're not driving much,
yeah, I was just going to jump in on that.
Why not just go for a gas model and pay less?
I think, to be honest with you, I think because you drive every day, you'll be fine. The trick is that you're driving it regularly, and you've got to know one thing about a 12-volt battery. When it cranks the car over to start it, that's when you're using the most energy from the battery. You have to drive long enough to recuperate what was used to start the car and also maybe charge it up even more. So I think if you're doing 10 miles a day, 10 miles a day is 16 kilometers a day, I think that you would probably be fine. It's the people who don't drive that much and then leave the car to sit for 2 or 3 weeks while they're on vacation and come back and the battery is dead. I think the consistency of driving is the most important thing.
And if you're at all concerned and you really want a hybrid, you can trickle charge it. I've told viewers many times, if you're going away and you're concerned, put it on a trickle charger and the battery will just stay topped up. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but you would also be fine with a gas model because you don't drive that much. So something that you have to decide.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. You got to run the math. Is it worth paying the extra considering you drive so little to pay more for a hybrid car? It might not be.
Is ceramic coating worth the cost? Is it required for a new car, or can that be done once a car has been used for 5 years? You can do it on a 5-year-old car if the paint is in good condition, it's not peeling, there's no rust. It's just that you'll have to, they'll do a very deep clean before they put it on.
So they have to do what's called paint correction, which means polishing the car and trying to get the paint as smooth as possible and get out any dirt and defects. So what they do is they clay bar the car first, getting off all the top surface dirt, then they'll polish the car. So that's called paint correction. Then they apply the ceramic coating on top of that. And you can do that with a used car, no problem at all, but it's a lot more expensive because they have to do all that paint correction. I'm a big fan now. We have 2 cars with ceramic coating. Actually, your Miata's going to get it in the spring. We've had it now for a year, almost 2 years. It's going to go and get it done as well. Our GTI was so one thing you have to know about ceramic coating, annually you have to do a touch-up on it, and what they do is actually you think they're adding more ceramic coating. That's not the case. Actually, what they're doing is cleaning off the contaminants that are on top of the ceramic coating, and it refurbishes the hydrophobic properties, meaning the water beads up on the paint. So there's a cost to doing it annually. So I have to work out all those numbers.
One of our neighbors, Pete, our good friend, he has the Lexus GX, and he was kind of humming and hawing about doing it, and we kept saying, you got to do it, you got to do it.
Brand new, yeah.
Brand new vehicle, and he just thought, wow, it's a bit pricey, and then there's maintenance of it every year as well. But he finally pulled the trigger and he did it, and he's absolutely thrilled that he did. So I think that's, we like it.
It's interesting because I'm trying to remember what were the 2 cars that I washed. Oh, I know what it was. We talked about it last one about washing Charlie's Civic. Oh, I said Charlie about the Civic. And it doesn't have ceramic coating on it, but I put on something I bought at the auto parts store, a spray, and I'd done the whole car with it. And then Jack, with our Chevrolet Bolt, has nothing done to it.
Nothing, yeah.
And that Civic was filthy. And the Bolt we've only had for just over a month. And you know what was interesting? The Civic was way easier to clean because it had the coating that I put on, and then the Bolt had nothing done to it, and I had to really, really clean it. So this stuff works. I'm a big fan of it.
And that's what people say, is that the dirt just falls off the vehicle. So it's just less work involved. But yeah, for sure.
It's expensive.
More money.
It's
costly.
expensive. It's not cheap.
So my husband has been talking new SUVs. Nice. New Hyundai Palisade Hybrid or Toyota Grand Highlander.
Oh, well, that's an easy one. You want to do a 3-2-1? We haven't done a 3-2-1 in a while.
Actually, they want a 3-2-1.
Oh, they want a 3-2-1?
Yeah, 3-2-1.
Okay, so I love me a good 3-2-1. It's been a few questions before we've done one, since we've done one, I should say. In 3, 2, 1, Grand Highlander.
I like the Hybrid Max myself.
If you can't get one, okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1, Palisade. You're not gonna, like a Grand Highlander Hybrid Max, yeah, good luck with that.
You know what you could consider? The Lexus TX. They're more readily available because the Grand Highlander is not available. And so some people have jumped the gun and they've just gone for a lower trim of the Lexus TX, and they've been quite happy with it.
But you're not getting the hybrid version of that. You're just getting a regular gas one. They obviously want the hybrid.
That's
like we
correct.
said in 2 questions ago, good luck getting a Grand Highlander Hybrid Max, but you can still get the regular Highlander Hybrid maybe.
Yeah, that might be an option.
Yeah. It just
Not
seems
as
like
big.
Toyota was just vilified I remember it was like 4 years ago, and we talked about this nonstop in these questions about, we're big advocates of hybrid because it doesn't take a lot to buy one, more
You
than
don't
the
have to plug it in.
You don't have to plug it in. You just drive it like you usually do. You get about 30% better fuel economy, great resale value, and some of the most reliable cars you can buy are hybrids, just statistically. And everybody's like, who would want that old technology? Well, it's all going to go EV. Well, now it's all come full circle. They're all galloping now towards hybrid technology and abandoning their EV, not abandoning, they're slowing, pumping the brakes on their EV platform. So there you go.
Look at Hyundai. They just added a hybrid to the Palisade. Telluride's coming out with a hybrid for 2027 model year. So manufacturers are moving forward with it. GM is working on a hybrid system. Honda's working on a hybrid system for their more powerful vehicles.
Ford has said not every trim, but every model will have a hybrid.
Fuel efficient. They're actually quite affordable, especially if you look at a Toyota hybrid. But unfortunately with Toyota and even Lexus, hybrids are very hard to come by, and plug-in hybrids, very difficult. There are a couple of reviews on the 2026 Pathfinder Rock Creek, and the vehicle seems decent. My consideration is between the CX-90 mild hybrid, the GTP, and the 2026 Pathfinder Rock Creek. I like the inline-six rear drive biased drivetrain of the CX-90, but I guess the Pathfinder's petrol-only drivetrain would be easier to service and maintenance on the long run, and the vehicle costs less. What would you suggest to look out for between these two vehicles? Or which one would you prefer?
When the CX-90 was first talked about and all the stuff came out about it, it's an inline six, rear bias, all-wheel drive, 8-speed automatic transmission.
It's a BMW, Zach.
The internet was like, oh, it's a BMW on the cheap. It is not like a BMW at all. It's not like an X5 at all. And if you can go watch our very first review of that, I said, it's just Mazda's take on a 3-row SUV. That's all it is. They've just done it differently, and they haven't done it perfectly, and they still haven't figured out all the bugs. So I'm with you on the Passport.
So it has improved with software updates, but it's still not a super smooth transmission. Way better than when we first started out and we drove it. The Pathfinder uses a ZF 9-speed automatic transmission. It has a V6. People who own it actually really like it. In fact, many viewers will say, why don't you ever recommend the Pathfinder? It's a great 3-row SUV. They're not wrong. It's just that there's other choices on our top 5 list that have a hybrid option. And so they beat out the Pathfinder, but there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing about the Rock Creek model, I think you're right. It looks good. Lot of Rock Creek badging.
They love that Rock Creek stuff.
But I would go for that one actually over the Mazda, and I'm a big Mazda fan.
Yeah, or you can get a Pilot Trail Sport. That's another one to consider. It's also got the V6. So
what about the Explorer?
And there's loads of them now. They've all got their twist on what's available with their sort of rugged looks. So the Pathfinder, it's interesting you talk about transmissions because the ZF 9-speed, it was vilified when it first came out. People hated it. Mm-hmm. I did too. I remember driving it in the Honda. It was horrible. Horrible. Well, they fixed it, and it's finally at the point now where it's actually pretty good. So there you go. Crazy.
Thinking of getting a Hyundai Elantra hybrid, but unsure about the dual clutch transmission. I've read both good and bad reviews. Changing driving style, expensive maintenance, jerky driving. What are your thoughts and experience? Well,
I don't remember that.
No, when we drove the Elantra hybrid with that dual clutch transmission, Zach and I were really surprised at how smooth it was. It wasn't jerky at all. We were impressed with it. You will be hard pressed to know it even has a dual clutch transmission. I get bored of my cars soon.
Oh boy, that's expensive.
What is one compact family SUV that you can drive for a while without getting bored?
Oh.
I don't know. He didn't say luxury or non-luxury.
I would say if you want something that's a little more fun to drive and more powerful, I'll give you... See, the thing is the terminology, we hear compact or subcompact. I'm going to give you, and they're both from the same brand for me. I would get the Tiguan with the high-performance turbo engine. if you're looking at compact. If you're looking at subcompact, I would get the Taos with a 1.5 liter engine, and that's a fun little car too. I just think that Volkswagen, even though their steering is very, very light, the platforms are great, the suspension works well, you can throw them around, and the power delivery on the engines is excellent. And the thing is, because you don't keep them for a long time, you don't worry too much about the long-term reliability.
I would also go with Mazda CX-5 or the Mazda CX-30, although space in that CX-30 isn't as good as the Taos. Taos is a very roomy option. And then if you're talking luxury, well, I'm going Porsche Macan or BMW X3.
I'm going Porsche Macan. Luxury, I love it, Andrea.
Plan to upgrade from a 2020 RAV4 hybrid, which I love, to a 3-row. Need the extra space for the growing family. Thinking Grand Highlander hybrid, not Max. Or the new 2027 Telluride hybrid. Thoughts? I'm a huge Toyota fan, but the new Telluride is hard to ignore. Certainly is hard to ignore.
Didn't we just answer that question about the Palisade Grand
We
Highlander?
did.
It's the
We
same
did.
answer. If you can get one, then get the Grand Highlander. Knock yourself out. I would, honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't overlook the regular base model Grand Highlander 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder. I really like it. I like the way it drives. And I think if you can get one and try that, or you could, the one way you can get around the stupid not being able to get a Toyota is lease that for a short-term 2-year lease and then order your hybrid and then flip into that one in 2 years.
Look, I like the Telluride and the Palisade a lot. I mean, we haven't been in the Telluride yet, but from pictures, it looks good.
I think it looks better inside than the Hyundai, honestly. It's more chunky. It's got grab handles like this car.
Yeah, I got to get in it first. I don't want to say, but both of them are beautiful interiors. You're not getting that in the Grand Highlander 2.5 liter hybrid. You are just not getting that look. The issue with the hybrid system with the Hyundai group, the Palisade and the Telluride, is that it's new. So it's really up to you whether you're going to take a chance on it. Do you want to wait for some of the issues that could arise, may not arise on a brand new powertrain? So you got to decide for yourself.
So my idea actually holds water, Andrea. So you get just the base model Grand Highlander 2.4 liter turbo. Get a short-term 2-year lease on it. The Telluride and the Palisade will have been in the market then for a couple of years. You can see whether they're working well and if you like it, and you can move into one of those, or you can work with your Toyota dealer because they love getting those used cars back.
Love it.
Then roll into a Grand Highlander. It's not a bad way to go, and you've got a new whip and your kids will be happy.
Toyota, kills it with reliability and resale value, but when you get in that Toyota Grand Highlander 2.5 liter and you get into the Telluride or the Palisade interior, you're going to be like, what?
That's
What's
how
going
they
on
win,
here?
though. That's how Hyundai and Kia are winning. They're winning on design, they're winning on interior amenities, and they're winning on innovative products. I mean, the one thing about Toyota is they do a lot of the engineering stuff like nobody's business, but they miss on all the soft things that people like. And that's where if they stole all the designers, interior and exterior, from the Hyundai group and brought them over to Toyota, well, it would be lights out, wouldn't it?
And we've met many of those designers, and they are fantastic. They think outside of the box. They've got some great ideas at the Hyundai group. Good people.
How do you get a question in, Andrea?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday, I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted, and we start the show. Thanks for watching.
Talk to you later.